Hello, my name is Diane. I am looking forward to being your host on the Trailways Travel Holiday Tour entitled The Dupont Legacy this December 1st through the 10th. As a Dupont employee for many years working locally in Fort Madison and later as a corporate employee, I've had the opportunity to visit several of the Dupont locations that are included on this tour, and I know you'll thoroughly enjoy the entire tour. Along the way, I plan to pass along bits of trivial knowledge that I've gathered over the years to give you a greater insight to the Dupont family and their beloved Delaware Valley along the Brandywine River. I want to share a few of the highlights of our tour. There are so many, it's hard to choose the highlight. We will be departing on Wednesday, December 1st, with our first night in Dayton, Ohio. It will be a very enjoyable evening with our first included dinner together at the Carillon Brewing Company. We will see the 65-acre Carillon Historic Park lit and decorated for Christmas. Can you imagine? 15 miles of Christmas lights. Just thinking about that makes me want to dig out my Christmas sweaters and start playing Christmas carols. And the next day, we're headed to Hershey, Pennsylvania. Can you smell the chocolate? Mid-afternoon, we check into the Hershey Lodge and have another included dinner at the lodge. There is a shuttle service that departs the hotel every 30 minutes to Hershey Park, where, can you imagine, 4 million lights, roller coasters, and a chance to visit with Santa to discuss whether we have been naughty or nice. Friday, December 3rd, we will have breakfast at the Hershey Lodge before we leave to visit Hershey's Chocolate World. We will be learning the chocolate making process, walk through the simulated tropical forest where that delicious Hershey chocolate begins with the cocoa bean harvest, before we climb aboard their trolleys to ride through a simulated factory tour. I wonder if there'll be samples. We will learn about Milton Hershey, the Hershey town history, and have lunch on our own at the food hall. I can only imagine the chocolate smells, the chocolate bars, and the chocolate kisses that we will enjoy. Then, back to the coach, traveling to Wilmington, Delaware, to check into the Hotel Dupont. I can hardly wait to share this magnificent hotel with you. The hotel has operated since 1913 and was remodeled extensively in the 1990s. We will be welcomed with a reception and high tea before settling into what I remember as over-the-top, luxurious accommodations for the next 4 days. Dinner that night will be in the green room, the most beautiful place I have ever had the privilege of dining. The beautiful oak ceilings, sparkling gold chandeliers, draperies, and the service are impeccable and have won numerous awards over the past 100 years. Be ready to put those pinkies out and brush up on which fork to use from what may be an abundance of silverware at your plate. Saturday breakfast will be at the Dupont Hotel and then back on the coach for a short drive to Philadelphia to visit the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and in the afternoon be ready for some Christmas shopping in Center City and the German Christmas market. German bratwurst, gingerbread, and that hot mulled wine. That evening we will have a traditional American dinner such as steaks, crab cakes, and scallops. Sunday morning we'll bring breakfast at the hotel and then on to the Nemours Estate in Wilmington. That is a 77-room mansion and will be dressed to the nines in Marie Antoinette style with Christmas brimming in the floral displays, table settings, and ornaments. After touring the estate, we will depart for lunch on our own at the Winterthur Museum, Garden and Library, within 1,000 acres of rolling hills, streams, and meadows. You will be amazed and possibly speechless to view the various displays in the house and exhibition galleries. Henry Francis Dupont was born at Winterthur in 1880. After attending college at Harvard, he returned to manage the family estate farm and gardens that grew to over 2,500 acres under his leadership. It became his passion to collect beautiful objects and finally create a museum to share with the world opening in 1961. The estate is now owned and managed by a foundation. Sunday evening, December 5th, we will have an included dinner at Longwood Gardens, one of the world's greatest gardens. I am so excited that you'll be able to view the over 1,000-acre gardens during the Christmas season. Originally cleared and farmed by a Quaker farmer named George Pierce in 1730. Over the years, the Pierce family began arboretums to showcase trees and plants from all over the world. During this time, Longwood Gardens also provided a safe haven via the Underground Railroad. In the early 20th century, the lands changed hands many times, and the century-old trees were about to be cut for lumber in 1906. Pierre S. Dupont purchased the farm to preserve the trees. He transformed the simple farm to a showcase of mansions to entertain visitors from around the world. He opened the gardens to the public in 1921 and later created a foundation to maintain the grounds. Pierre is credited for much of the growth of Dupont in the early 1900s. The outdoor lighting displays in the acres of Longwood Gardens will amaze you. The opportunity to go inside homes previously built and used by members of the wealthy Dupont family are a glimpse into a world that we only read about. Monday, we will have the opportunity to visit the Hagley Museum and Library, where E.I. Dupont first immigrated from France in 1803 to lead a colony of immigrants from his village of Nemours in France to Texas. Funds were limited, and E.I., a luthier Irénée, stopped to refill his coffers using his skill of making black powder that he had learned in France. Eventually, most of the colony settled along the banks of the beautiful Brandywine River in Delaware. This was the foundation of the DuPont Company that eventually became the largest chemical producing company in the world during the 20th century. The afternoon will bring us to the Brandywine River Museum of Art for included lunch. Don't miss the artwork of the area, including Andrew Wyeth, and the area's greatest model train display. 2,000 feet of track and over 1,000 pieces added for authenticity. Back to the hotel for a short rest, and then onto the coach for a drive to Baltimore, Maryland, where we will board the Spirit of Baltimore for a Jingle Bell Rock cruise. This will be a business casual affair, or if you wish, semi-formal attire. Can't wait to see you sparkle that night. On December 7th, after breakfast at the hotel, we will depart Delaware for Lancaster, Pennsylvania for a holiday lunch at the historic Landis Valley House Hotel. We will stay overnight in Lancaster and enjoy the presentation of Queen Esther at the Sight and Sound Millennium Theater. That evening, we will enjoy a family-style dinner at Pennsylvania Dutch Fare. Wear your stretchy pants. Wednesday morning, we head to Wheeling, West Virginia, and later that afternoon we'll visit the Ogle Bay Mansion Museum and Estate Home, once owned by Earl Ogle. Thursday, December 9th, we will visit the Ogle Institute of Glass Museum, and then we start home with an overnight stay in Indianapolis. We will enjoy more Christmas light displays at Neufels. And the next day, to the Indianapolis Festival of Trees at the Glick, Indiana History Center. We will stop in Carmel, Indiana for lunch and shopping at the Christkindl Market and will arrive home later that evening. I hope you join us. Thank you.